Hello everyone, welcome to Woosen. Today I want to discuss with my farm friends about our summer cooling miracle, the evaporative cooling pad, also known as the cooling pad. There are two main types on the market. One is the traditional paper cellulose cooling pad that we have been using for many years. Another type is the increasingly popular new plastic cooling pad. Many people ask me which one is better, so today we'll explain it in simple terms. Part 1. What are they made of? First, their materials are completely different. Traditional paper cooling pads, also known as cellulose cooling pads, are made of layers of special absorbent paper stacked together. They form a honeycomb structure. Their design principle is to absorb water like a sponge. Plastic evaporative cooling pads are made of PP material. They also have a honeycomb structure, but the key difference is the plastic itself does not absorb water. The cooling principle is that water flows over the surface. Part 2. Which cooling method is better? Now let's answer the question that everyone's most concerned about, cooling efficiency. Which one is superior? Paper pads can quickly absorb moisture and have a large evaporation surface area. Therefore, theoretically, they have higher cooling efficiency. Once turned on, the humidity will rise rapidly. The plastic mat relies on this surface water film for cooling. If designed properly, the performance difference between the two is actually very small. In everyday farm use, you probably won't notice much difference. However, one drawback of paper mats is that they can sometimes quickly increase humidity, making the barn feel stuffy. Part 3. Key differences: service life and durability. Paper pads have a nominal lifespan of 2 to 5 years, but their actual performance is often far below expectations in farms with poor water quality or frequent disinfection. You'll find that these mats age, become brittle, crack, and peel in less than a year. What's more troublesome is that these types of mats are difficult to maintain through regular cleaning. Using a high-pressure washer actually speeds up their deterioration. Plastic mats are completely different. They can easily last 8 to 15 years. They won't rot, become brittle, or fall apart. They are extremely durable. Even under prolonged harsh working conditions, it can still maintain good structural integrity and cleanability. Why do plastic mats last so long? Because they're so much easier to maintain. First, the evaporative cooling pad. The evaporative cooling pad has high water absorption capacity. It's made from organic materials. In consistently humid environments, it easily breeds algae or bacteria, whereas our plastic cooling pad features a non-absorbent surface. Therefore, it doesn't easily breed algae or bacteria. Thus, it's our top choice for maintaining biosafety. Regarding cleaning and maintenance, our evaporative cooling pad has a relatively fragile surface. If its pores become clogged, when you attempt to disinfect, you cannot thoroughly clean. The disinfectant itself can actually accelerate the decomposition of paper. However, for our plastic cooling pad, you can use a pressure washer to clean them. Their surfaces are smooth and do not absorb water. Therefore, mold and algae are difficult to grow. Our paper cooling pads is prone to surface damage when cleaned with a high-pressure water gun. Therefore, the plastic cooling pad offers greater durability. Next, I will answer the question about the cost of using these two. Paper mats have low upfront costs, but if it needs to be replaced every year or even more frequently, in addition to labor cost replacement and losses caused by farm shutdowns, the long-term cost will be very high. From a long-term perspective, this cost becomes significant. As for our plastic cooling pad, while its initial investment is relatively higher, but its service life can last up to 8 to 15 years. It will save you more labor costs and maintenance. If you plan to use it for a long time, the new plastic cooling pad. This concludes my in-depth explanation of farm cooling mats. I hope it has been helpful.